you for joining us today on another speed training. This speed training will be about customizing your phone system. Um, it's a great benefit for resellers to white label their phone system. Actually, we want you to white label your phone system because we don't want your end customers calling us. We want them to call you. So I'm going to show you a few steps on how to do this. Our documentation talks about how to change your background, some color here for your login. We have changed a few things on version 62. So basically, let's start from scratch here. We're going to go and create a PBX web I. We're going to create an image folder, transfer those logos, SVG logos into the folder. Also, I'm going to show you how to create a logo per tenant and then go over phone logo. And then if we have time, go to change language and modifications. So the first thing is I am here on my command line via AWS. And let me see if I am able to uh, type something here and establish a connection. All right, so first thing we're going to do is going to go to user local PBX. And what we need you to do is create a folder called PBX Web I, which I've already done here. So it's called PBX Web I. And in it, you'll create a folder called image. Okay, and in that image, you'll see logo background SVG and logo SVG. So basically, you'll see this. So I have this has my background and then my logo. So in the command line, there's a few things you can do. You can check out this site as well, svgbackgrounds.com. You can use it for your background image or for your phones. Um, this is a stock image I got from a company. Um, so basically, the way I downloaded this without using SFTP or anything else is that once you have your SVG, you can upload it to your Google Drive. So for example, here's cloud data. And what you can do is you can grab the link. So I'm going to grab this link here and copy it. And this gentleman here says that you can do a wget and download that file. So all they really want, all you can do here is when you do a wget is they need the file ID and then you can rename it. So something like, let me put this here. So here's the Google Drive, here's the ID, right? So this guy wants you to, so I'm just going to copy this here. Oops, I know it looks messy, but I know what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to grab the ID. This is recorded, so you guys can go over it again. All right, there's the ID, and I don't need this anymore. And here's the ID, and then I'm going to name it logo 2. All right, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put this link on the chat. All right, so I'm going to go now to my image folder, do a wget, a sudo, obviously, and let's see if it downloads. All right, so there's my logo 2. Then you can take that, rename it to the logo SVG, the standard that we have here. So here, for example, we went over creating the folder, the image. So what we say here is that the SVG that you're going to upload is going to be called login-bkg for background.svg. And then for your logo SVG, you're going to name it logo.svg. So that'll take care of two things for you. That'll take care the background here. That will take care of this logo. And if I log into the system, it'll take care of basically all of the parts of the phone system. You'll see the logo. So if I go right now, I'm in the system level. I can just go anywhere here. I still have my logo. If I go to my tenant, this is my main tenant. So my logo is there. So in order for your logo to show up globally, what you need to do is go to settings, network, ports. And then here you can say read content for global and domain files. You can say a read from file or attempt to read file from tenant specific directory. All that means is that you can create a directory in the working directory of the phone system and have custom files for them, logos. I'm going to use read from file system. That's all I really need because I just have one logo for my company, for example. And then next thing is if I go to, let's say, Sushi Audio Mercy, you can see I have a logo of that company, for example. So each tenant can have their own logo. And to do this, you can go to settings, logo. Okay, so we have two things that you can do here, which is pretty cool. If you choose image, you can say SVG logo. So I'm just gonna pick this one and the SVG logo again. All right, so okay, you have your SVG logo. So this is your logo, but then we also can say I want a background. So now you can put a background in front of that logo. So I'm just gonna choose just a random color. Okay. All right, doesn't look nice, but you get the point. It's good for it to be transparent. So okay, so you have this logo here. If you save it, you're going to see the logo on top. I don't want to do that, but the idea is that you can load up a SVG, has the front uh, end of the picture and then a background for the background. So a foreground and a background is what you have here. If I go down, I already have an image set. So here it'll look like this, for example. So you see Mr. Sushi, you see the background, and then anything else that shows around the phone. Everything is proportioned to where the logo should go for a specific phone. They're all different because the way the phone shows even virtual keys on the left and virtual keys on the right. So some things have to be centered. So that we took care of that. But this is an example. You have a customer, they want their own logo. You can do this here. This is not a big deal because they're not really going to log in. It's more phone centric. Again, yeah, you can go to the user portal and they'll be able to see their logo here, Sushi, on the left hand side. You'll be able to see this also on the Windows app, Mac app. You'll also see it on the Windows desktop app and iOS and Android. It's not like a big deal, but it just shows the logo on the left hand side, so your customer will know. Okay, this is my logo, etc. So they'll be able to see this. And the other thing is yeah, if you go to any other tenant, I have here Mr. Pizza. Same thing. If you go to logo, um, that's the logo, the background. If I go to let's go to MyTel. I like the way it looks there. So they'll be able to see something like this on their phone. Once they provisions, you can choose what account. I only have one account here. They would see that. So the logo portion is very easy. Again, each tenant can have their own logo. This will be global. Here's one, for example, Burger King. I have a logo for that one. The colors are different, obviously, for different phone vendors because they use BMP. Some are lighter. I mean, we can't take the whole space of the phone because some phones are shaped differently. They use BMP. Their colors are different, etc. So You have to figure out what colors you want to use for that. And yeah, again, you can go to the extension, and they'll be able to see that on across their devices. Another thing we can scratch off is the copyright. I mean, this is only for you guys. You guys are the only ones that are going to see this PBX operator, but you can also make it happen on. 1 second. Let me see. Uh, let's see. Let's go on hold here. TNT. Okay. All right. Let's go back here. Google Chrome. So the copyrights can get a little messy, but I'm going to show you how to do it. I have some customization files here that we can change. And again, this is on the system level, just to be clear, so you guys don't get confused. So the footer, here's an example. The footer you can change, copyright, cloud file system, etc., etc. This is what you'll be changing here for the footer. For the email footer as well, um, we have this here, cloud phone system, la 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 la, and they'll see that at the footer of the email when a welcome email is sent. On the welcome email, let me search for something HTTP. All right, so let me see where I put it. I know I changed here. Copyright. This will only arrive copyright section. Oh, okay. So let's do copyright. Yeah, this here. So this here. It's good that we're recording this because this can get confusing. So web page administrator welcome.htm. This cloud phone system 2022. This only changes this here. Bam. Okay. So when your customer logs in, though you can put something there so they don't get confused. Another file is the email header. So on the email header, you can put in your. So here I have an image, PBX Audio Mercy. Let me see. I think I have another one here. Yeah, this is the one I have. What did I change here? Portal image. Okay, yeah. So this is the cloud phone system. So what you can do is, because you had put this file in the image folder, we're actually a web server as well, so we can host images on the system. So if I would say, let me see if I can go here, inspect it, inspect this element, rest image. Here it is. So you can see that it's coming from my system within the image folder. So you can see you can house it there. And the reason why I say that is because you can also change a few more things under customize appearance. So these files, URLs, you can change. This I would leave as is. The welcome header you can change. The welcome header is just this. You can check the dimensions, etc., and you can change it. You can put your logo. So your web designer or someone who's good in art can do that for you. Same thing with the fax. You can change this image as well. Okay, everything is changeable. Let's go back here, appearance. And same thing for this and for the VoIP phone background image directory URL. We can also send this out through here too. So if you have an image, this will be used throughout the system. So let's say you're not housing logos for everybody, and you just want to show, for example, your cloud form system logo, then that's what you can do. And then documentation links can go to your site. So anything you see here, like this question mark, will go to your website, and your customer can go and ask questions. Again, um, we want to make it so that it only shows your company entity. We're not trying to say we're big time or anything like that, but we want your customers to know who you are and not call us for something they need. We want them to call you. So the more you white label, the better. Um, so yeah, again, yeah. So again, you can white label if the customer wants white labeling. They can have their own logo. Um, so it's the same business for all the tenants, which is pretty cool on a multi-tenant system. Um, So this is what they see. Now, this is after provisioning. Obviously, once the phone provisions, they will be able to see that on their phones. Let's see if there's anything else I can help you cover. Again, this is all done on the system level. Another thing you can do, let me see if I can do it here. What is it? Mm, Trying to figure out which one was the translations. Give me 1 second. Da, da, da. One second. This will be cool for you guys. It'll be a time saver as well. Let's see. So this will be language. The language translator we have. Okay. Let me reshare. All right. So let me go back to my PBX. All right. So here on top, you can cross that out and copy reg underscore translation.htm. So all this does is it's going to help you have a little bit more control of the language of the phone system. You can change basically everything, and it'll be only exclusively for your system. Okay. Um, so for example, I'm going to turn this on and then save. And then I'm going from the system level, I'm going to go to customize and templates. Okay. And then let's go to emails, because a lot of people want to change the emails. So one thing they would always like to change would be email welcome, because that's the email the customer gets when they sign into their phone system. So all this is already embedded, but what you can do is, because you've chosen email underscore HTM, you can choose this guy here, and this will give you all the parts of what we send out to the customer. So you can see here, apart from standard phone system, you can use your apps, la 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 la. The cloud phone system, I've changed that. That makes it easy to work, la la la. So you can put your system name or your company name there. So every little part you see is part of the welcome email. That makes the welcome email together. So you can change that. You can also go to web pages administrative. Let's say you want to change the CSS. You cannot change, but you could do something here. Help links. CSS has Vodia, so you can particularly change that, or go here. Let me see. Now these are all decommented, so that's not going to change. Mainly, I would only focus on the emails, because that's what's going out to the customer. So you can change all this. Some of it is, like, for example, email to fax. I think that falls under the fax header. So you can say, for the email fax, you have a new fax you have a new fax message from, you can say your company name or whatever. Um, so not everything needs to be changed. You don't have to make everything changeable, but some things you can change if you like. So you can use that. So don't forget that here, reg underscore text. If you need to go really deep into the phone system and change a few things, you can even go to, let's say, settings, general systems, and I can click on that. And then, for example, if our language is not correct in some things, you can go here and change it as well. So this will change everything on this page. So it's very interchangeable. Okay, it's basically for the top level. You can do some on the bottom level too. Um, so that's a caveat for you guys. Other than that, I don't think there's anything more. Yeah, you can change colors on the side. You can do something like web pages administrative appearances. So on my left hand panel, I can say I want my font to be white, and what else I can change? Let's say the nav. The nav is black on the left hand side. So um, I can say, let's say 0000 fresh. See how that changed the left hand panel? Completely different color. So it depends how you want to change things. I've done a lot of combinations before the training, but I just want to keep it plain so you guys can see how you can customize your phone system to what you like. So apart from that, I'll take some questions. Obviously, some questions I cannot answer, so you would have to go and email us directly. And some things, if some things are broken, needs fixing, again, I would open a ticket or send us an email, support@vodia.com. So I'm just going to go through some of the chat questions. Hello, guys. Hello, Stuart, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Um, mm, okay, so Ari, just go over the recording. You'll be able to see how I changed that for each of them. For you can do the reg underscore text for that. So go to your customized and choose your email. For voicemail, I believe you mentioned. So voicemail, and then click your friend here, and then choose what it is you want to change or whatever language you want to change here. It's a very powerful tool to use in the phone system. Um, Thank you, Kyle, Stuart, for answering some questions. Greatly appreciate that. So what if you want to change some audio files for some language? I'm not sure what that means. We do support multi-language. Uh, that means you would have to nest one other attendant to another based on the language option. Patrick, yes, this recording will be available. I would have to edit it first, and then you guys can have a stab at it in YouTube. What happens after the software update? Changes translations? No, we won't change the translations. If you change any customization files, you'll have something like this. Like, we've changed something, and then you can check the file. That's why it's very important before you do an upgrade is to try it on your sandbox. Never upgrade your phone system without trying it on your sandbox, because I don't want to get the support emails or the hey, I did this and this happened. You know, have your snapshots ready, et cetera, et cetera. But in some cases, in most cases, actually, we have this here caution that we've changed something on this particular file. Well, once she does the translations are done on your system, and we have a folder for that here. Let me see. PBX. Okay, so we have a translations page, I think. Where's the translation? Location. Or is it an XML? One of the two. Audio file. I know we save it somewhere because we don't delete that. It's other in the pbx.xml that we have that. I don't think we have the folder for it. No, there's no other one now. So we keep it in the XML. Okay, and let's see what else we got. I mean, with that language audio files. I mean, if I want to change the Italian audio file, say, please press, where can I find it in the file system? How do you change it? Okay, that's a good question. So you can go, how do you change it? Okay, so for that, you would have to go. So you see these files here. Actually, I have an audio IT. Can you hear me now? Hello, hello. Okay. All right. So you see the file here. We have audio EAR for Arabic, for English, and Italian. If we go into audio Italian, um, do a list, and then here you can find the WAV file that you have. So, and all in all, you can change these WAV files as you please. They're available to you. So you can get the files there, but you have to download the pack, the audio pack rather, into the phone system for that. I was wondering what the black triangle. Yeah, thanks, Ari. I hope the file text with map. Alejandro. So what we are also trying to accomplish is that these files are played by Google Transcribe, so that it can play these files. But yeah, if something's not correct, you can always change it. What you can do if you have time, you can always go to what's it called? Let me see with voice. Yeah, Poly. Yeah. So you can use Poly, and you can use the voices here. Yeah, this is pretty cool. You can download it and then upload it to the phone system based on the audio file. So, yep, there's a lot of files there. Uh, all right. Yes, actually, we have. Yes, we have a text file map. Good question. Yes, we do have a text file map for that. Um, I'm trying to remember where we would have that. But in any case, I think we have one that's English and then translated to Italian. So we can send you that. Send me send me an email. I saw the tenant to text to speech instead of uploading files that only English. For now, it is only English. I think there are other languages coming. I did hear in the grapevine that if you change the language here, it would maybe change the language on the text file here. So that has to be tested if that's not the case. At some point, we will have that feature, which would be cool. I also want an integration with Poly for from AWS because they have good synthesis as well. Yep. So All right, guys. I think this is good. We have good material. I'm going to edit this speed training and distribute it into YouTube so you guys can try it on your phone system, and then open a forum for any questions you guys have. Again, thank you for joining us today. It was an exciting topic, and I'll see you next month. Take care.